first, live, local. Good Day Oregon starts now on Fox 12 Oregon.
Now at 8, a bad decision by a boater has officers looking for tips. The 5-figure reward up for grabs to catch the person who steered right through a group of sea lions.
My bike is my transportation, it's my social network, it's my exercise, and it's my entertainment. It's everything.
Plus, a rally on wheels in the name of bike safety. Why one group says Portland city leaders can do more to help drivers and riders share the road. Good morning. Thanks for being with us. Today is Saturday, April 29th. I'm Deborah Gill, and Fox 12 meteorologist Katie Suniga is here with your first alert weather forecast. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm more of a fair weather bike rider. We have some just diehard people I have so much respect for.
I do too. I don't know how they do it.
I agree, but today would be a day I'd ride my bike, maybe not so much tomorrow. I just don't like to ride in the rain. It's not my favorite thing to do. I'll go for a walk as long as you know it's not an absolute downpour, which we do not have in our forecast this week. It's more drizzly and showers off and on. Enjoy this sunrise. We're going to see the return of quite a few clouds to our skies this week, which is not a bad thing. I love sunrises and sunsets with our skies with clouds in them. For today, definitely keeping the sunglasses there. If you're out to the coast, you might be a little on the chilly side. Our temperatures are going to be much cooler than what you're seeing here. We're looking at a drizzly day with some additional clouds out at the coast. By the time we get to later tonight, overnight, the clouds will build in for us, and we'll see here in the Portland Metro in the Valley, and we'll see a little more chance for some showers tomorrow. But for today, this is that last run of those summer-like, brief summer feel days, and then we head back to a little more typical May. We'll show that to you in detail here in your first look forecast. I'll do that for you in just a couple of minutes. Deb?
We are following breaking news out of Texas this morning. Last night in Cleveland, Texas, about 45 miles north of Houston, deputies say a man went next door with an AR-style rifle and shot his neighbors, killing an 8-year-old and 4 others in the house. There were 10 people in the house at the time, but none of the others were hurt. 2 of the victims were reportedly found lying over children, trying to shield them. Authorities say it's all because the family asked the man to stop shooting his gun because they were trying to sleep. Right now, the 39-year-old suspect has not been found. Now to yet another deadly shooting on Portland streets. Just before 11:25 last night, police rushed to Northwest 17th and Northwest Irving Street, just off I-405, on calls of a shooting. They found 2 people injured, a man and a woman. Despite life-saving measures, the man died there. The woman is in a nearby hospital and is expected to recover. You can see in our video a car window shot out and numerous evidence markers in the street. There are no arrests and no suspect information. Police are urging anyone who saw something or knows something about this to reach out. A boater on the Columbia River was recently caught on camera intentionally running over sea lions. Now investigators hope a $20,000 reward will lead to an arrest. Fox 12's Connor McCarthy has the details and the video, but a warning, it could be disturbing to some viewers.
It's hard to watch. A boat aims its bow at a herd of sea lions and runs them over, not once, but twice. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is now searching for the boat and its driver.
Concern and frustration and probably a little bit of anger that this is happening out there on the river.
Michael Milstein with NOAA says there are legal ways fishermen can deter sea lions from going after their catch. But he says what happened on April 3rd is not one of them.
We've really tried to work with the fishing community to provide some options to manage the approach of sea lions, but these animals are wildlife. They're protected by the Marine Mammal Protection Act.
To track down the owner of this boat, NOAA is offering a $20,000 reward to whoever has information that leads to an arrest. Michael says the consequence of actions like this could lead to fines, seizing the boat, or even jail time.
We are certainly taking it seriously. These animals come back to the Columbia River usually every year to some extent. They're drawn by the food, the same species in some cases that anglers are going for, and we need to provide them the space and respect that they need to live.
Connor McCarthy, Fox 12 Oregon.
Milstein says NOAA offering a reward in a criminal case like this is not that common. But just recently, a reward in a California case where a man shot and killed a sea lion on video helped lead to an arrest. If you do have any information, you're asked to call the NOAA tip line. That number, you can find it on our website, kptv.com. We have new details on a hit and run in Northeast Portland's Montevilla neighborhood that killed a man in a wheelchair. It happened just after midnight Friday at Northeast 82nd and Gleason. Fire crews were there in about 3 minutes, but it took an ambulance crew about 31 minutes to arrive. Police say first responders tried to save the man, but he died there. The driver did not stop to help, and as of this morning has not been found. If you know anything about this hit and run, you're urged to contact Portland Police. We reached out to American Medical Response about the time it took for the ambulance to arrive. A spokesperson sent us a statement that reads in part, quote, "At this time it is too early to provide detailed information, but we are committed to reviewing this incident and better understanding what occurred." It goes on to say, "The safety of our patients is always our top priority. American Medical Response is committed to responding to all calls in a timely manner." Foxwell's most wanted is a man who set a local Target toy aisle on fire, and police need your help to find him. The Marion County Sheriff's Office shared these photos of the suspect. They say this happened last Saturday at around 1:30 in the afternoon at the Target store in Center Street in Salem. Deputies say the man set the toy aisle on fire as a diversion, then ran out the back of the store with stolen merchandise. Deputies know several people were recording at the time of the fire, and they're asking anyone with video of the incident or the suspect, or if you recognize the suspect, to contact them. Let's take a live look outside with our Shriners Children's camera. Portland is a bicycle city, and dozens of cyclists are pushing city officials to maintain the area as a safe place for riders. Fox 12's Chandler Watkins went to a rally they held, and those who attended say the city has made great strides to keep Portland safe for cyclists, but there's still a lot of work to be done.
Portland!
Dozens of cyclists gathered in Portland Friday in support of continuing making the city a safe place for riders.
Biking's the best. I love biking, and it's a beautiful way to see the city and to experience everything it has to offer.
Those who attended say they love to travel on their bikes, but want the city to continue making it safer to do so.
The infrastructure seems very central to downtown Portland, where it is safer. There are safer streets. I wouldn't call them fully safe. But it is a nuanced conversation. We talk about it a lot.
Bike Loud PDX organized the event, saying the city has done a lot to help cyclists, but there's still a long way to go.
The infrastructure is very disconnected. A lot of times bike lanes just end. Greenways, which is how a lot of people on bikes get around, are still very tucked away from the main street, so we won't see them on the main streets where a lot of businesses are. We're here to support a connected bike network.
The cyclists made their way from Salmon Street Springs to Portland City Hall a few blocks away. The rally continued with chants and cyclists sharing concerns they've had while biking.
My bike is my transportation, it's my social network, it's my exercise, and it's my entertainment. It's everything.
There we spoke to Paul Albrecht, who moved to Portland for the Bikeability. A few years ago, he says he was hit while riding on his bicycle.
We have a long ways to go. I want it to get a lot better and safer, especially safer. That's what people want.
Chandler Watkins, Good Day, Oregon.
All right, time is 8:08 on this Saturday morning. Meteorologist Katie Sunigas here with your first alert weather forecast. Yesterday was really toasty.
It was very toasty. Today will be a lighter shade of toast.
Okay.
It won't be as dark as it was yesterday as far as the toast color. And you can tell that obviously when you look at the Seaside camera that it's completely different, that it is cloudy. We've had drizzles, and we're actually expecting there to be drizzles throughout the day today at the coast. The rest of the region, through the valley, the Portland Metro, Gorge, all that, looking to be dry. Central Oregon as well, all the way out to the east. Just the coast has the drizzles today, and then we will partake of that here in the Portland Metro and the valley by tomorrow. Things are very clear, bright, and warm, sunny start at Willamette Valley Vineyards. All right, here's where we are for the last 10 days. Can you see a trend that we've been following? Now, just as a reminder, we were not completely dry on Monday, the 24th. Only Portland and Roseburg didn't have any measurable rain, but everywhere around there did. When we get to tomorrow through Sunday, we might add 0.01 to this at most, but that's pretty much where we are ending. And you can see that's quite a bit more than normal. Not as much as we had last year once we ended the month, but quite a bit more than what we usually see. Here's where we time things out. You can see just a few clouds here. We saw the clouds along the coast from the camera, but by the time we get to tonight around 10 o'clock, these clouds start to increase. We go all the way into the evening to tomorrow morning. That's a chance for some showers there, but guess what? That's really not much. You'll see that that just turns into a few sprinkles here or there. The pattern quickly shifts as we go through to Monday, Tuesday because of this low pressure center. Sitting right here, nice and cold, starting to drop down. Right here as we get into Monday morning, you see where it's starting to separate from the jet stream there. It actually tracks all the way down along the west coast. On a low pressure center, usually a majority of your activity is more on the east side of that center, but when you have a cutoff low like this, it sometimes wraps around, and that's where we have to watch as we go through Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday could be dry, and then we get into the later part of the week and we see another one starting to drop down, and that could bring some chances for showers as we go into the weekend. Here's where our temperatures could be for us today, and we're looking at the average where we should be is at 65. We're not quite there yet. We actually drop into those low 60s for a couple of days, and we warm up, then we cool back down. It's May in the Pacific Northwest and in the Portland area, and we'll look at those details and an updated 7-day forecast here in just a bit. Deb?
Thank you, Katie. And as Katie just said, we expect more great weather today, which means it's a perfect day for the 82nd Avenue of Roses Parade. This is the first time the parade will be held since before the pandemic. There will be entertainment, music, food, and vendors for the entire family. Festivities kick off at 9:30 this morning. The parade starts at the Eastport Plaza at Bush Street, then heads north on 82nd Avenue toward Yamhill Street. If you go, you'll likely see someone you see here on Good Day Oregon.
Speaking of which, Larry, there's one other thing I didn't mention. The Grand Marshal this year is who?
I'm talking to him right now.
Whose crazy idea was it to make this guy your Grand Marshal? I mean, you might get fired over this. You realize that, right?
Well, it was mine, but we invited you for 2020, and then we had a cancellation due to the pandemic.
Had to push it back about 3 years. Thankfully, they did invite me back. Very honored to be a part of this, guys. Thank you so much for the invitation.
In the neighborhood and business owners there created the 82nd Avenue Parade in 2007 as part of a revitalization plan for the east side that included planting dozens of rose bushes along the route. The city then designated 82nd Avenue as the Avenue of Roses, and now the parade marks the official start of Rose Festival season. The CDC is lightening up on vaccine requirements for international travelers. Straight ahead on Good Day Oregon, what those travelers still need to meet to enter the U.S.